Hello everyone, and welcome to another Top 5 Records video and another one in the series in which I'm taking a closer look at the full discography of the Beatles. And we have reached the end of the Beatles' recording career. The end of them going together into the studio and working on an album together. Obviously I'm talking about Abbey Road, and Abbey Road is... what else can I say? This has been the album. I've had the feeling that during the chronological listening sessions, that this is the big bang, the big end. Not the big bang, because Sgt. Pepper's and the White Album are awesome albums as well. But this is the big, great goodbye. And if you take a look at the track list, I mean, it's really incredible what they were doing here. To start off your album with "Come Together," which is a gorgeous tune. I mean, I really like the I also really like the way John Lennon is singing, because there is this story going on here that John Lennon was about to leave the Beatles around this time. At least that's what Paul McCartney has stated, that John Lennon had left. Yet there are tapes in which the Beatles, after recording this album, discussed the possibility of doing another one. But that was a situation in which I believe Paul McCartney was in Scotland and Harrison, Starr, and Lennon were together. And the audio of that is actually was sold, I believe, a couple of years ago. So that's not fake news. They really discussed it. But the thing was that they discussed well, it might be fake news because I haven't heard the audio myself, so to release the audio might be fake news. Nevertheless, this sounded pretty legit. That they wanted to share equal writing possibilities, so everybody had the same amount of writing credits, and Paul McCartney opposed that. So I'm not quite sure about the entire story of Lennon already not being there, or just going away for a while, like George Harrison did during the Get Back sessions. You couldn't leave your band for a weekend, I guess. So I'm not sure about that. But you hear that John Lennon is very inspired on "Come Together." I mean, the way he sings it, he has a snappiness to it. This guy is into it. It's a beautiful song, great song. Then you get "Something," and I think "Something" is one of the great George Harrison songs. It's a beautiful, soft ballad. And then we come at Maxwell's Silver Hammer, which gets a lot of criticism online and from the Beatles themselves, because it took a lot of time to record Maxwell's Silver Hammer, and it was because McCartney insists on doing it and repeating it, and he heard something the other Beatles members did not hear, and usually you get somewhere in which everyone was interested and everyone agreed that it was a good song. In this case, not. Just McCartney likes it. I like it too. I think it's a nice quirky tune that makes a great whole out of the album. Nice balance. Just as on Sgt. Pepper's and on the White Album, I do enjoy it when not all songs are immediately meant to be either a kick in the nuts as a hard rocker or a rocker, or a sweet emotional ballad. I think there's a lot more to music than just that. And McCartney does know how to get those moments. After that you get a beautiful "Oh Darling," which is, in my opinion, like ballroom ballad with a nice beat to it. Brilliantly sung, great song. Then we get to "Octopus's Garden," which also gets a criticism. For example, there's a Family Guy episode in which they joke about that song. I really like it. I think it's my second to one favorite Ringo Starr song, just after "Good Night." "Octopus's Garden" is fun. I mean, it's a beautiful, fun little song, like a children's tune. Ringo sings it with sincerity and conviction. I think the melodies in the vocals are pretty good. I like the visual image. I think it's great fun. "I Want You," "She's So Heavy." I Want You is so. I mean, it's so untypical Beatles, that song. I like the bass, do 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 do, and then the screaming, the "Heaven, heaven, I want you." Dun, dun, dun. I want you so bad, it's driving me mad, it's driving me mad. And then after that, he even goes rougher. I want you. I really like it when the voice goes somewhat distorted, especially on the Beatles record. It's so awesome, and that was just side one. Then we get to side two. Here Comes the Sun. I mean, that's a classic. That's an evergreen by George Harrison. George Harrison was pretty top notch level in these days. I love You Never Give Me Your Money. I love the entire medley. It is so full of beautiful melodies, but clearly something just lifts the medley up, and I think it does more than just lift the medley up. I think the three songs, Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, and The End, are a highlight in the career of the Beatles. I think what these three songs do together, and they can easily be consumed as something together, as a one piece medley. It reminds me of great, bombastic, epic pop songs like a Bohemian Rhapsody or a Prophet song, or two Queen songs. Or Station to Station, which has different phases in a song, but it tells one story, and to end the career off with, and in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. I think that is a beautiful, beautiful statement. And it has so much more leverage because it are the final words of the Beatles. Oh, not really the final words, because this album, and after The End has played, I always hear, I know this is coming, Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but she doesn't have a lot to say. And on this record, I'm holding a first UK pressing, which is gorgeous. It's one of my, I think it's my second to one, first to one favorite album pressing sound quality. This is an audiophile masterpiece, and my favorite Beatles pressing is A Magical Mystery Tour Herzu, it opens up entire new worlds. After that, I think this just sounds incredible. The first UK of this. But you get Her Majesty, and before it comes on, I was thinking, I should have kept it at the end. And when I heard Her Majesty, it's such a nice, quirky little tune, and I think, yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to be off the album. I just really like it too much. So that was my final video on the final video of the studio completed Beatles albums, because I'm not going to stop the series here. Obviously, everyone knows Let It Be will be there, but if I'm taking a look at Let It Be, I also got to take a look at Let It Be Naked, which was released in 2003. And then I actually also want to take a look at Hey Jude, which is an album, a compilation album with singles and songs that were not released on albums. So for me, it does feel like an album in the sense that it has original material. And there are a lot of Beatles releases which are interesting to take a look at. Does it contribute to the legacy, or is it just a way of are just cash cows? So I'd really like to continue the full discography series and add some compilations, afterwards releases, but the interesting ones. I want to take a look at, does it contribute to the legacy of the Beatles? And I'd like to continue that quest. So on regard of Abbey Road, I hope you agree or disagree. Leave a comment below when I'm going to see you again in new Beatles videos. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.